Hi, crafty friends. This is Amanda. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Michigan. Welcome to my channel. Thanks, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. If you look on page 157 of your annual catalog, you will see the dies we're using today. They're called Floral Squares. I ended up not getting the stamp set or the bundle, but I just got the squares. I really like how they look. I thought it would be fun to play with them. You can get some inspiration also from page 117 where they're used. I'm going to be a little bit organized today. I have my this and that from Ray Dunn, and I'm actually going to put my bits in it. I know, don't laugh. I mean, it's not going to last forever, but it's a start, right? Maybe my desk will be a little bit cleaner right now. So I'm going to cut these out 3 times each. And I wanted some dimension on my card, and I wanted it to be clean lines. So I thought this was the perfect way to get some dimension. I'm going to stack those 3 die cuts up, glue them together, and make one thick, almost chipboard thickness die cut. Very cute. These are fun little dies. They measure 1 by 7/8 by 1 by 7/8, so almost exactly 2 inches. So if you cut a 2-inch square, if you wanted a 2-inch square behind these, they'd be perfect for your behind these. And you don't have to think about 2 and 1/8. That they're exactly Stampin' Up! Did a good job of making these perfect. So I'm going to use my Barely Art glitter glue for this and my little silicone mat here so I don't get glue all over. But I don't use Tombow Mono glue for this because it's so sticky. And, you're going to have sticky fingers everywhere. So if you have a different glue, that's probably the best, or even a tape runner. Next, I'm going to cut them out in Old Olive. And I then take out my little bits and cut them in the top one there. The one that I already went through, the star-shaped one, is Mango Melody. The next one is Polished Pink. I'm really into using the new in colors, and I think they're very pretty. I mean, I'm a pink and purple girl, And the next one is the Fresh Freesia of those teeny tiny little ones. And I cut out 2 of those, so I had little 6 of them. Now, I am using this foil. Well, I have a foil cutter. And in the foil cutter, and so you see in my hand, there was one for paper and one for foil. So I left this one by my desk. And I'm like, oh, great, I have an X-Acto knife right here. I didn't think about the fact that the foil cutter comes with, a mat and a ruler and all those things that you need when you cut straight edges. So instead, I'm going to use this cutting plate and a piece of paper to cut straight. So I'm really going old school here, just in case you don't have a T-ruler or, anything else, and you only have an X-Acto knife, and you have an idea how to do it. I just completely forgot. So I'm going to do a little bit of puzzle piecing here. I'm going to cut off all of my squares from my Old Olive. I love Old Olive for the green. So I'm going to cut off all the squares and just have the inner bits. And then I'm going to take those little extra add-on bits and add to them, going over the square sometimes. So for instance, this freesia did go over the square, and I kind of liked it. It was kind of like, busting out. I did like that. And then I will just take a 5x7 card here and line these up how I think I'm going to use them. And then I will take a piece of basic white again and cut a panel. Now, a 5x7 panel is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, or that's my go-to panel. It's a 1/4 of an inch. It's a 1/4 of an inch smaller than your 5x7 all the way around, and it makes a perfect little border. Now, this little Mango Melody one, I'm not sure which way it goes. You'll see me playing with it a while. You see this black and white piece of paper? That's from the Pattern Party, which is the special Hostess product that you can buy with Host Rewards. Remember, all of May, you get an additional, and all of May and some of June, you get an additional $25 off your Host Rewards. So that will come in handy if you want to buy this paper. I believe it's $18. There's 40 sheets. There's tons of them. All of them have some black and white, and the rest of them have rainbow or something really pretty. You can definitely use it. Now, I think that I cut my DSP a little bit too wide here. Or, I mean, it was already cut, but I could have left the basic white a little bit wider. I started off at 1 inch and then I went to 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 here. And I just think it looks better there. Not there, but right, a little bit over further. But you know what? It is what it is. And I wasn't going to cut another panel. So I'm now just going to use my very expensive piece of paper to get these in order. Straight. Of course, my paper wasn't straight because I didn't have a T-ruler, so they're a little bit off. And you know how much that bugs me. But I did really good, and I did not tear it up. I'm really proud of myself. So I cut my pretend, what are these called? Dimensionals. I used my foam sheets because, guys, I bought the wrong sheets. I was supposed to get dimensionals, and I bought a million of these sheets instead. And then I used liquid adhesive on top of the foam mat so that I could move it around. Then I tried different sequences, different embellishments, and I thought, no, I want to leave it clean. All right, now I'm going to start on an A2, and I have this white on white. And I was like, oh, it's too boring. I can't do white on white. Let me see if I just add a little bit of piece of background color. So I added basic black, and that didn't work. And then I added this granny apple green. And I played around with that for a little while, and I cut it like half. You know what I mean? Half. And let me tell you what I do with my granny apple green. I think to myself, I just got the stitched greenery, which is amazing for me because it's only for a 5x7, but I knew I could use it in strategic ways. So here I am just cutting a little bit off of it. It looks pretty neat. Let me see if I show you a very good. I don't show you very good, but can you see the texture on it? A little bit of something different, just an added interest. Leaves too. So it went perfect with this particular set, but I didn't like it. So you'll see I fiddle with this for quite a while. And I did play with this one. This was probably the one that I struggled with the worst. I really like clean and simple cards. I've gotten away from that recently because I truly like to do something out of my wheelhouse. I think it's fun and just, it just gets me to like different things and do different things. But I do like my clean and simple cards. And so I wanted to make a few clean and simple cards. So here's my cutting mat again. I just can't believe I did this. I thought about it after I was done. I'm like, Amanda, what were you thinking? But not before, you know what I mean? And it's literally right behind me. I could turn around and reach it in a drawer right now. But instead, I'm going to use this paper. I mean, if it works, right? But yeah, it doesn't work too well. But that's all right, fine. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's a cute card, and it's going to be a thank you card because I do my A2 size cards, which are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I do those mostly as thank you cards, or hey, just to know I want to talk to you. Again, this is Old Olive and some polished pink. I think these are tulips. What do you guys think? I wish I knew flowers, but I kill flowers. And then again, I'm going to take this playing with patterns. No. Pattern party pattern. Uh-oh. I lost the page. Let me look again. And I'm just going to add tiny little bits. Pattern party of this pink, polished pink, and this cute little design. It's not really cute. It's very wacky. I like it. And then I try in this other design. I'm not in love with it, but you know what? I think 3 is a 3 is a 3. You know what I mean? I just need 3. That's what I keep telling myself. And then I didn't know if I liked it behind it. And finally, I'm like, that's it. You've been playing long enough. We're just going for it. I'm going to take out my glue, and we're doing it. I then added this, open weave ribbon, and I like that. That was pretty. Something a little bit different. Definitely something different than what I've been doing lately. So do you guys see I put the tiniest bit of glue possible because I think you're going to rip it up. I know you're going to rip it up. And then I had a phone call. Sorry, guys. So there was no way I was ripping this up because someone called me. And my granddaughter called me and she was wasting some time before she picked up her sister from school. So Had to talk to her for a little bit. And then I stuck this down and I thought, well, I'm glad I didn't pick it up. It's relatively cute. Now, the sentiments. And I know you think that I'm crazy, but I thought maybe I just won't have a sentiment on these cards at all. Why ruin it? I really like it. What am I going to do? Okay, so here I'm thinking, and you guys should have seen the smoke from me thinking it was bad. But, anyways, and then I thought, well, maybe just the right teeny tiny little sentiment. So I'm so glad this art gallery has not retired yet because I really did not have another tiny sentiment. I know that there's a new tiny sentiment in the catalog. I just haven't got it yet. So I'm glad this one was here. I took out Your Lovely, and I'm going to stamp that with Versamark ink, which is, that clear, sticky embossing ink. And I will use some white embossing powder, and then I'll heat set that. And then I'll just take my black ink and very carefully put the thank you right here. So it's not too obstructive. It's not big. It doesn't take away from the card, I don't think. Sometimes I think the sentiment can add to a card, but sometimes I think it needs to just, not. And this time I think it needed to be very unobtrusive. So I put this down here. First, I pretend like I can put some glue on it, a little bit of tiny glue just in case, I want to move it. But then I realized that I put so many, I put the old olive on top of it, and then there's that mango melody on top of it. So I'm going to have to do a half of a dimensional because I don't know where my baby dimensionals are. They're probably somewhere like right behind me where, where the little straightener thingy is. But that's fine. And You Are Lovely, which could be for anything, don't you think? What do you think of my cards today? I'm going to add a little bit of Wink Estella. Very slimline. I think other than the puzzle pieces, which was very relaxing, actually. This is a very simple card, but I love it. Let me know if you think embellishments are needed. Okay, friends, have a lovely day, and I'd love it if you subscribed. Thanks, guys.